YouTube is good with y'all, man. Welcome back to the channel. Back to a brand new video, and I'm saying, yeah, y'all see where we at? We at the studio. I booked the studio for the day, so y'all know I'm serious about this shit. And what I'm gonna do today is show y'all how to make hard beats from scratch, step by step. So what I'm gonna do is make a beat from scratch and just explain the whole process step by step. Tell y'all what I'm doing and what's going through my head, and that's pretty much it. Let's get right into it. So I got FL open up right in front of me, completely blank project. What I'm gonna do first is set the BPM to like 166, 167 is cool. A little faster pace. I think it sounds better. So the first thing what I'm gonna do is get a piano, lay a basic melody down, and that way with the piano you can really hear every individual note. Like some presets of other VSTs be sounding crazy as fuck, but it's hard to lay down melodies and really understand what's going on. So that's why I like to start out with the piano. It's a very clean sound that you really like hear, like I said, every individual note. So I'm gonna lay something down in the piano first, and after that I'm gonna change the VST and the preset, all that shit. We'll go to skill highlighting right here. Let's go for C sharp minor, and I'm gonna just lay a melody down real quick. Basically all I did here is just lay two notes down, C sharp and a G sharp, and I'm just playing around in different octaves. Very easy way to just lay down melodies. Just start out with 2 or 3 notes and just play with different octaves and different like tempos right here. What I did here is make use of the half steps in the scale. So the D sharp and the E right next to each other in the scale. It's half a note difference, and those notes next to each other really create a lot of tension. So make sure to use those while laying down dark melodies. You can see I just copied it over 4 times, same exact melody. I'll probably change up the root notes or add some notes in between now. Like the way how that sounds, so I'm gonna just copy that over. So now I'm gonna hit Option or Alt R on my keyboard and randomize the velocities a little bit. And I want this melody to be very repetitive so that if I change the VST up, it's not too much going on. Let's go for Analog Lab. I'm gonna just browse through the presets and see what works. Like the way how that sounds. So what I'm gonna do next is render it out. Just like this button right here, do Option or Alt R. And render it out into an audio clip. So now we got it rendered out into an audio clip. What I can do is reverse it or pitch it, just kind of like manipulate it different than just having the MIDI right here. So first I'm gonna boost it a little bit since it's very quiet. Let's try reversing it, see how that sounds. So I like how it sounds both ways. So what I think I'm gonna do is copy it over, make this part unique, reverse this. Let's chop it up a little bit, so cut it on every 2 bars. I think I'm gonna do is kind of alternate between the regular melody and the reverse melody. Hard as fuck, bro. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, like trust the process, bro. Like y'all see where I'm at. I'm in the studio, so like y'all can assume that I know what I'm talking about. Right. Alright, so I'm gonna manipulate it a little bit more. Render this part out. Same like we did before. Now what I'm gonna do is send this to a mixer track right here. I think I'm gonna open up Portal and kind of manipulate the sample a little bit more. Sounds crazy. I'm gonna automate it. Since Portal, it's very random, so I'm gonna automate it like this. Maybe make it come in right here. In the 3rd bar. That's all. So I'm gonna render it out one more time just to keep things organized. Alright, so boom, we got the pad right here. Now what I'm gonna do is send it to a mix track again, and now I'm gonna put some EQs and effects on it. I put a quick shelf on it right here just to get rid of the lows and the highs. Render it out again since I want to pitch it again. Otherwise we have to keep playing around with the EQ and all that shit, and I don't want to do that. Hard as fuck. Y'all see it, I'm in the studio, bro. Like, shit, I know what I'm talking about. Alright, so I like the melody I ended up with. Effects I put on that is a bass EQ, cutting out the sub lows, lowering some of the low mids and boosting some of the high mids. Next, put a finish the micro on it. Just adds a cool effect. I don't even know what this does. Next, I put a Valhalla finish verb on it to add some room to it, some ambience, give it some depth. Next, an RC20 to make it sound a little bit more vintage with the vinyl crackling as well. Now lastly, after all the effects, just kind of clean it up by lowering some of the mids. That's pretty much it. So for the next melody, I ain't gonna do too much work. What I'm gonna do is copy this over, then pitch this down, make it unique. And now I can pitch this down an octave, and we can basically alternate between these two melodies throughout the arrangement of the beat. I really like the way how that sounds. There's still a lot of low end in that melody, since I pitch it down, of course. So I'm gonna do is get this high pass and just cut the low end out. But of course, I don't want to cut the low end out of this melody right here. Pitch this down an octave, create an automation clip for that EQ, and just make sure it's on the second part. So like that, to keep things organized, what I'm gonna do is give this a different color. Free melody, y'all see it? So boom, what I'm gonna do for the next melody, create a new pattern, of course. Think I'm gonna lay down some root notes in the piano to add some body to the melody, really get like a rhythm going. So I'm gonna open up Keyscape again for the piano. I really like this preset for root notes, the LA Custom C7 Cinematic. So of course I pitched the melody, so the melody now is an F sharp minor. So I'm gonna just lay down some root notes to add some body to the melody. I like this root notes right here. Started out on the root note F sharp. Next we go up to C, down to F again, G sharp and A sharp. Use the half steps again to add a lot more tension. But to make the piano notes sound a little bit more full, what I'm gonna do is copy these over and just copy them over an octave, or in a higher octave or a lower octave, just to layer them on top of each other. Alright, so as you can see, I played around with the velocities a little bit. It's kind of make them sound more even, since some notes are higher and some are lower. Start out with the EQ, cutting some of the sub lows, some of the really highs out, since you don't need those at all. Next, I'm gonna add another EQ to kind of clean it up a little bit, and after that, I'm gonna just add a reverb on it, and that's it for the piano. Like, you don't want to overcomplicate a piano. So like I said, just put a basic EQ on it, lowered some of the lows, lowered some of the mids, and boosted some of the high mids. Also took some of the highs out. Next, I added the vintage reverb to it, same preset as I used on the main melody right here, just to kind of give it some room, some ambience, and to blend it in with the main melody, of course. So let's add another melody to it. For the next melody, I'm gonna open up Keyscape again. I'll probably get a Celeste from Keyscape and just lay a counter melody down. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's get right into it. Alright, that's perfect. Of course, I want some effects on that. I think chorus would sound good on that. So I'm gonna send it to a mixer track, start out with the EQ, and put some more effects on it. So the effects I put on that is, like I said, an EQ, kind of cut some harsh frequencies out. After that, put some quick compression on it to kind of even out the signal, because there were very loud parts and very quiet parts. Next, I added the chorus to it, since the chorus tends to sound very well on bells and mallets, stuff like that, or just a regular delay with the stereo delay model. Next, I added some reverb to it to add some depth to it. And lastly, ended it out with another EQ, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Alright, so for the next melody, what I think would sound cool is a tubular bell. It's the thing I like to add in my melodies to my samples. Go into my Rook Season drum kit, go into the perk section, got a tubular bell, just lay it down on the root note, and put some delay, some reverb, and some stuff like that on it. Alright, next melody, I think what would sound cool is some sort of string, and I'm gonna open up, let's see, I think SRH strings, got some good strings. So I'm gonna lay a string melody down. Alright, so this default preset already sounds good. I'll lay a melody down. Alright, so I laid this down. Start out on C sharp right here, and I made sure to use the half steps again. C sharp, D, C sharp, and D. Just repeats itself twice. Next, add some more body to the strings. Lay down the root note, F sharp, copied it over in the 4th octave, copied it over 4 times. Next, I copied it over 2 more times in the lower octaves to add some more body to it, like I said. So next, I'm gonna send it to a mixer track and put some effects on it. Alright, so once again, I didn't want to overcomplicate it, so only added the EQ to it, the shelf right here. Next, I added the shaper box with the pan preset to pan it up from left to right. Kind of separates it a little bit from the other melodies we had. Next, I added some room to it for all the vintage verb with these settings. Ended out with the EQ, cut some of the harsh frequencies out. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe add a sub bass to it and then get it to the drums, because I don't want to do too much of the melody. So of course, we're still missing some low end. Like I said, want to add a sub bass to it. This is one of my favorite sub basses from Omnisphere, Growler Moog bass. So I'm gonna lay a melody down real quick, like a bass pattern. Alright, that's hard. Rendered it out as well, so it doesn't bleed into the 808 or the other patterns. So got the pattern right here, rendered out, lower it a little bit, put an EQ on it. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for the melody. Next, I'm select all of the tracks, the melodies, create a new bus. And what a bus does is all the effects I apply to this bus get applied to all the melodies instead of applying the same effect to every single individual melody track. So I'm gonna open up sound shifter pitch from Waves and just pitch it up a few semitones or pitch it down to see how it sounds pitched. Alright, so only pitch it down 1 semitone. I think I'm gonna keep it like this, like the way how this sounds. So I think that's pretty much it for the melody. So yeah, let's get into the drums. For the people watching the channel, bro, y'all already know what I'm finna talk about. Every single drum sound I'm gonna be using came from my rookie season drum kit and my half a cent drum kit. I'm dropping the half a cent drum kit real soon. I'm trying to drop it at 20K. Almost at 20K, but like this shit going crazy. But yeah, like I said, every single sound, 808s, claps, hi-hats, I don't know what y'all be using in y'all beats, but every single sound I'm gonna be using came from one of these kits. So make sure to check them out. Link in the description. Let's get into the drums, man. That's it. So for the drums, I'm gonna start out with the very basic pattern, just a 2-step hi-hat combined with a snare pattern. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna select the best sounding hi-hat. Of course, they all sound good since it's my drum kit, but personally, of course, you prefer one, so I'm gonna select the hi-hat and the snare real quick. So for the hi-hats, of course, I want to add some rolls to that. So what I'm going to do is take the second part out, add some rolls to this part, and then just duplicate it over. I think I'm going to add the rolls in either half a step or 1/3 step. Yeah, let's just experiment. So I added a roll right here, pitch down 2 notes, just to kind of switch it up. Sounds way better instead of having it on C all the time. Alright, add another roll to it right here. Cut the last note out, as you can see. That's a little bit more balanced. Same with these accent notes right here. I like to add them to it. Without, it wouldn't sound as good to me. Just something slight. thing I also like to do is kind of pan these out, just kind of pan out the drums instead of having them in mono in the center throughout the whole beat. So now I'm gonna add some more rolls in this part right here. So I'm pretty happy with that pattern. Put a roll in the lower octave right here with another accent right in front of it. Then put a 6-step roll right here, and I put the note in front of it, and after it also pitch it down with the roll. So I'm happy with that. Copy that over, Option or OR to randomize the velocities and the panning a little bit. And I think that's pretty much it for the hi-hat pattern. The thing I could do is pitch this down a little bit more just to make the second part stand out. So next, I think I'm gonna add an open hat to it, some percussion. We'll see where it goes. So like I said, filled in some empty gaps to add some bounce to it. Also added these notes in between in a lower velocity. Make sure to cut itself, so that means that the open hat stops right here when the next note starts playing, but the next note is completely silent. Gives a cool starter effect. Also lowered these 2 notes in velocity, as you can see, and also pan one to the right, another one to the left. Next I'm add a counter snare to it. It's one of my favorites. What I'm gonna do with the counter snare is once again just fill in some empty gaps where it needs some more bounce. So yeah, let's do that. Very basic. On the second bar right here, added 2 counter snares, and on the last little grid right here, actually just copy that straight over. What I'm gonna do next is probably add like a little snare roll right here. Hard as fuck. What I'm gonna do next is probably pan this out to the left or right. I don't know what direction it is. Pan this out to the other side. Pan this out left or right, like that. Kind of alternate it. We'll lower it a little bit, and let's add some more percussion to it. So I added 2 perks to it, one right here, same pattern, just copied it over like that. Same goes with the second perk, copied it straight over. Only one thing left, 808 of course. So I'm gonna go into my Heavyset drum kit right here and select one of the 10 808s. Like, I would get the kit as soon as it drops personally, but I already got it of course. So like, and also make sure to stay in the scale while laying down 808s. You don't want your 808s to sound off key and shit. Like, y'all got the best teacher in town right here, bro. Like, y'all see, I'm still in the studio. So boom, copy that over, straight from the piano. Got the right root notes, so no bullshit. Of course, all my 808s are tuned to C in my kit, personally. So yeah, let's get it. I will lay this down. To be honest, I don't even know. It's just a matter of practice. But I like to add double notes, double hits in my 808s. Got one right here, and then I add a little roll right here at the end of the 4th bar. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the 808, man. Like, it's no rocket science. Just practice a lot, experiment a lot, and make sure to stay in the scale, stay in the key, follow the root notes, and just experiment, bro. Like, That's pretty much all I can give you. And if you paid attention and followed all the steps, you should end up with something like this, man. Alright, that's it. That's how I make hard beats from scratch, man. I want to thank y'all for watching the video to the end, like always. Hope y'all learned something from the video. I really try my best to teach y'all some shit, man, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, shit like that. Also dropping my heaven-sent drum kit real soon, so make sure to follow me on Instagram to stay notified when I drop that kit. And that's pretty much all I got for this video, man, so y'all stay safe, man.